everybody, welcome to my hillside urban garden. Today we're going to do rose trimming. This rose is a Lagerfeld. It's a hybrid tea rose, and it's my husband's favorite rose, and it does have a absolutely marvelous scent. So if you're looking for a rose for the garden, the Lagerfeld is a great one to have. It's got this light purple here. It has a pretty bold growth habit though. It gets pretty big, so you got to have a large place. If you got about 6 or 7 hours of sun, this is the rose I would do. But today we're going to do trimming. There is all kinds of theories, and everyone has their opinion on how a rose should be trimmed. The basic one is that you go down the branch until you come to one that has 5 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where you cut it, right there above that 5th leaf. But the thing for me is that that's really great, and you can stick to that. I like to trim my roses because there's a certain shape that I want to keep. So that's what I do. Roses are very, very tough. So you can do some really hard trimming, even if I trim it down by half during the season, and it will flush back. So let's get started, and I'll show you how I do my trimming. First of all, I'll go and I'll try to do all the ones that are spent. Like this one here, it's already starting to get brown around the edges. So I'm just gonna go down to the base here, and we're just gonna cut that off. Hey, you can use these rose petals. You can make some potpourri or something, so you can keep them if you'd like and dry them out. They work great. So what's next here? Oh, there's another one over here. So we've got one in the middle, and then we've got a lot of little ones on the side. So we're just gonna cut the middle one out. There we go. Another one down here. Now this one's sticking out in the pathway, so actually I'm gonna cut this one all the way back. So you could just trim it right here if you want, or like I did, all the way back here, because I don't want to get poked when I walk right here. So this one here looks pretty good. Oh, this one here. So we've got this one here. This is one big one, so I'm going to go ahead, cut it here, and you can see it's got a couple of buds that are still going to come out. So I'm just going to go around here, and I'm just going to cut these and shape them the way that I want. And put these in the bucket. And you also notice that I have real gloves on today. If I wore my blue gloves, they would just get torn up by the thorns. So I always wear my thick gloves when I'm rose trimming because I don't want to get poked. And so that looks pretty good from here. The next thing that we do, this is a hybrid rose, which means it has a rootstock. And I do get rootstock growth. And you can always tell the rootstock because of the fact, here's one right here. See, it's kind of a little bit red or pinkish coming up. It has no flowers on it, and it's getting very tall. If I shake this and I follow this all the way down to the base of the plant, I can see that this here is a rootstock, and you should go down to the very bottom. I'll be out of the frame for a second, but I'm going to go down to the very bottom. I'm going to cut this off, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, here it is. So look at it. So the reason why you want to cut the rootstock off is because if you leave all these, the main mother plant will get weak because it's pushing a lot of energy. The rootstock is pushing a lot of energy in producing its own growth, and you really don't want that. So you gotta have to go all the way down to the bottom of the base and cut these. And not only does your plant look better, but it'll be healthier because you don't have these things. And sometimes they get away from you. It's like, oh my God, I got like 6 or 7. So go in there, cut them off, fertilize the plant, and you'll be good. Another thing I do too is when I have long things like this, I have my bucket down here, I will cut it in small pieces. And the reason I do that is that, as you might imagine, I have a lot of yard waste that we send to the recycle at the dump, and it allows for more room in your green can to get rid of the stuff. So that's what I do. So if you have any questions about trimming roses, I hope that this was helpful. I just trim how I want. The rose will flush back, does very well. But what I do is after I trim, we're going to go in and we're going to hit it with some rose food. If you don't have any rose fertilizer, go ahead and just use the general fertilizer. It'll work just fine. So thanks for watching, and we hope you subscribe, hit the button at the bottom, and always remember to be safe in the garden. Always wear your hat and your sunscreen. Thanks everybody. Bye.